welcome to another episode of Eric's Camping Adventures. Just going to give you a tour today of my final, we'll just call it semi-final. You know there's always room for improvement. The final look of my build out in my Subaru Impreza. I plan to use it for quick little weekend hikes, maybe with my wife, over to the Ozark St. Francis National Forest in northern Arkansas, maybe to the Buffalo National River this winter. But it'll just give us a quick little Friday night way to pack very few things and be able to just quick get up and go on a Friday night and get out of town for some hiking. So let me give you a little bit of a tour here and show you what I was able to accomplish in just a few weeks. In the previous episode, you saw me kind of build the frame and plan building the frame and tossing around some ideas. It didn't end up exactly how I had wanted. In fact, I actually think it's better and probably a little more complex than the simple build that I was initially anticipating. But this is pretty slick. Let me give you a tour. I'm thinking that this is just one little slick deal here. Right now inside my camper I have two Teton 0 degree sleeping bags zipped together, a left and a right. And that accommodates both my wife and I. When we go camping, I think we'll be able to keep our dog with us too. I'll show you some options for that as well. So as you look at the back of the camper, the first thing you're going to notice is these slick little drawers I built here. And I will show you in just a moment on the video how I built these, but you can see them, they just slide out really easy. And they're just a little slide system where, like you can see, I just used some poplar attached to kind of a homemade drawer, and it just sanded it real good, and I don't know if I lubricated or preserved the wood with a little bit of linseed oil, but see as you come in here, just a little flip up deal there. Get my little stove out of there. Same thing on this side, pulls out, and you can see the slides there. I'm going to try to put one in and one out here. You can see how they articulate with the platform there. So as you look inside here, it's kind of dim and dark in there, but you can see I have one other poplar piece in there, and that is kind of the articulating piece on the inside there. I'm going to move around this other side, see if it's a little bit better lit. You can see that is the piece that everything slides on, and I have little supports the whole way down, and those you can see support not only the rail for articulation but also the thin little 3/8 inch plywood. Just tried to keep it very, very light on my Subaru Impreza. Didn't want to challenge my king springs. So here's my drawer system set up. Everything is just dry fit right now. Nothing is actually bolted into the Subaru. It all just slides right back out. You can see they're plywood drawers, plywood base. Everything is 3/8 inch plywood, pine drawers, poplar slides, and I'm actually kind of pretty proud how that turned out. Everything, moves pretty easy. No hitches there. So the sleep system here isn't very complicated. It's just sleeping bags and a little 2-inch memory foam covered with a sheet. Nothing real complicated here. The only other part of the kitchen that you kind of have to hunt to look for is the water source, and that I have put over here. You don't find it right away. You got to flip everything back, and you can see there is a little sprayer that I keep recessed. I don't want to, bonk that thing while I'm sleeping or kick it, but I'll just give you a little shot here of some water. So the RV water tank is pretty simple. I just installed a little switch off to the side here. You hear it kick on. This comes out for whatever you need to do with it, and it's got a little spray to it there. It's not functioning bad right now. I'm still bleeding a little bit of air out of there, but it's available, and you can use it for a shower. I'm thinking possibly, at some point that little thing can be hooked up at the top of the door out the back, maybe with one of those little magnet hooks on the top, and then put it right over the one of those little portable tent things for a shower. So the power wheelchair battery that is underneath is got a little bit of a solar hookup over here. I just have it brought up beside. It hangs out, and right now I have it positioned up on the roof there, on top of the spare tire. So as you come in the side door here, you see kind of a little shelving system. Got my jack and spare tire tools sitting under there. Got some blade fuses and a little fuse box there. You can see some hoses there, and that is my water fill with the air vent. Just left it real easy access sitting right there so that it can easily be filled. As you come in here, you can see that there are a couple USB ports. I put some carpet down because I figured we were charging our phones. And as you look under here, you can see that right now I've got 12.0 volts on my battery, and that is with actually some charging going on over at my inverter, and I will show you that on the other side. So as you come in the passenger side back door, you see there is an inverter with some plugs, and the primary purpose of the inverter isn't to run a fridge or any high wattage devices. It is to charge my drone, and as you look down you can see some electric chainsaw batteries, and they are charged and right now ready to rumble. So that helps me to harvest some wood in the national forest, and I can just turn this thing off right now, and we'll go around the other side, and you'll see probably that the voltage has gone up. Again, you can see through here, nice little shelves underneath, more storage there. You can see all the way through. Behind the seats, I don't know how well you can see because the carpet is black, but there's just plenty of room back there. Maybe enough room for one of those little fridges. And back along the side here, I think you can see up in here a little bit. You can see the water tank back there, and there is some room for storage along the water tank there. Maybe some fishing poles back in here, maybe some hiking poles. I got to be careful with the wires there, what I stick in there and how I'm using it. So in the front seats you can see there is room to transfer items for storage for sleeping to the front. I'm thinking maybe possibly our dog could sleep up in the front here. She's not that big. I think she could get herself comfortable. She kind of curls up in a small spot for sleeping, but I'm going to show you how I was able to get a full-size person 75 inches inside this little Subaru. So you can see that the seats are put all the way forward on their little slide tracks, and then they are leaned all the way forward, and the reason for that is it creates the additional space for someone to actually stretch out and sleep. And it's just a folding little piece on a piano hinge. I built it, probably overbuilt it, with poplar and some long screws that go down through the piano hinge and into that poplar, and then these come down as a stop, and that is where your head lays when you sleep. So this comes back over, sleeping bag comes over, and you got your sleeping bag and your pillow all ready to rest, so you're able to go hiking the next day. I like my setup.